The Trinidad and Tobago Police Service has confirmed that a 24-year-old man from Goodwood has been formally charged with the murder in relation to the disappearance of 2-year-old Angelo Plaza. Police say the child was reported missing on May 11, 2026, prompting a multi-agency investigation. Following ongoing inquiries, an audience was held with a specialist advisor attached to the Office of the Director of Public Prosecutions to review the circumstances of the case. Authorities say after a review of the evidence, legal advice was received that there is sufficient material to proceed with a murder charge. As a result, Shannon Miller, 24, of Cambridge Trace, Goodwood, was formally charged. The TTS says investigations are ongoing and further updates will be provided as the matter continues. In other news, a call has been made for the investment community to further enhance ethical standards and deepen financial expertise as the Chartered Financial Analyst Society of Trinidad and Tobago celebrates its 25th anniversary. Speaking at the anniversary event, Governor of the Central Bank, Larry Hawaii, praised the CFA Society for its role in developing the country's financial services sector and professional standards. He said the organization has helped transform investment practice in Trinidad and Tobago over the past quarter century.
Over the past 25 years, charter holders have been at the forefront of key transformations, raising professional standards, deepening capital markets, driving innovation, supporting institutional development, and contributing to mentorship and education. In a world where financial systems are increasingly complex and interconnected, the role of professionals who combine technical competence with ethical clarity has never been more critical.
Mr. Hawaii said the growth of CFA charter holders reflects a strengthening of technical expertise and ethical standards across the sector. He noted that professionals have played a key role in building confidence and resilience within the financial system.
I must acknowledge the strong and robust standards that the charter holders uphold. Your contribution to creating a strong financial sector enhances national resilience in a world of heightened geopolitical tensions, which has created macroeconomic risks. We here in Trinidad and Tobago need the intellectual capital that can navigate these risks to create stability and growth. We currently enjoy low inflation, low unemployment, and have good financial buffers.
He said the financial sector remains critical to national stability amid global economic uncertainty. In some sport now, the Ministry of Sport and Youth Affairs and the Sports Company of Trinidad and Tobago have wrapped up a 6-week mental skills program for young athletes, and organizers say it's just the beginning. The Junior Elite Sports Psychology Foundation's program closes with a ceremony at the Hazley Crawford Stadium, recognizing athletes, coaches, parents, and partner agencies. The initiative targeted key mental skills, self-awareness, goal setting, focus, resilience, confidence, and well-being. Minister of Sport, Philip Watts, called it a critical investment, saying programs focused on mental performance and resilience are support structures the ministry intends to expand. Sport TT Chairman Kester Lendo echoed that, saying excellence in sport is shaped by mindset, not just physical preparation. Mr. Lendo also highlighted a parent workshop component, saying empowering parents to reinforce these skills strengthens the entire support system around young athletes. And that's what's making the news this morning. But joining us right now is Virmala Balkaran, the host of Trinidad and Tobago Today. Good morning, Virmala.
Good morning, Carrie. How are you this morning?
I am good. I feel something in my throat a little bit, though, and a lot of people are coming down with some type of flu.
Absolutely. All weekend, I was really struggling. I actually didn't sleep a wink last night.
I was just about to ask if you got any rest.
No rest. I went into my bed maybe around 6 p.m. and I just looked at the ceiling for the entire night.
So you should have counted some sheep.
Really? I tried that once. They said you should try counting backwards from 100. I did that 3 times.
Wow.
And there was nothing. But I do believe it's something going around because I'm definitely struggling with that.
Yeah, I feel something trying to hit me, but I refuse. I refuse to get sick.
Same.
They say life and death is in the power of the tongue, so I'm speaking life.
Yes. We're going to be okay. Totally okay.
We're going to be great. More than okay. We're going to be great.
Well, we are looking forward to some holidays in the coming weeks. So that means, a long weekend here and there, a short week. So that's something to look forward to. Also, this weekend, we actually lost that holiday. I know many people are a little bit...
Yes.
Yeah, they're a little bit sad about that, but that's okay. At least,
okay.
We still get to observe a really special day.
Yeah, and I get to do something that, will help other people as well. I know we had Chef Umesh Meena last week.
Yeah.
And I'll be co-hosting the, MC for the event, the charity event.
Yes, that's amazing. Wow,
I'm looking forward to that.
I'll definitely come to that just because you're going to be there.
Okay, that's the way we're talking about. That's the kind of support we need.
Yeah, but it's also a long weekend in the U.S. It's Memorial Day. And as you know, it's, just a holiday dedicated to mourning and honoring the military personnel who died while serving in the armed forces. So to all our viewers in the United States, a special good morning to you and happy Memorial Day weekend.
Oh, yes, indeed.
All right, Carrie. Well, a very packed show as usual.
As usual,
And this morning we were telling you a little bit about Denise Saucier Belfont. So she's actually going to be on the show today with a really special treat. Yeah. So you don't want to miss that. Also, we talk a little bit about that Red Force victory with Amir Django. So another thing you don't want to miss.
All right, definitely. Well, I never want to miss anything on the show, like to tell you the truth.
Well, maybe we should get some rest after this show. That's actually a good idea.
When we mend our relationship with rest, because right now the relationship on the fritz.
Yeah, if rest doesn't like me anymore, I think we've broken up at this point. Well, Carrie, we'll talk to you soon.
Looking forward to it. Thanks so much, Virmala.
You're welcome. When
we come back, the Trinidad and Tobago Today morning show gets going right after this break.
If it matters to you, it matters to us. We report the news, real stories in real time. TTT News, nightly at 7. TTT News, committed, accurate, relevant.
Well, once again, we're at summer's doorstep. The action is picking up with a variety of events that'll thrive alongside all of the popular attractions. Hello everyone, I'm Aidan St. Agath and welcome to Caribbean Passport TV.
All eyes will be on Antigua this summer for the 2026 Carnival celebrations, to which everyone is invited to feel the rhythm. With over 2 months of pre-events to warm things up, Antigua and Barbuda is event and activity driven. So if eco-adventure and marine life are among your passions, then Scooter Snorkeling is the tour company for you.
तेरी आने वाली जिंदगी एक सही शॉट और एक गलत फैसले के बीच में टिकी हुई है। सोच ले आज क्या लेना, गलत फैसला या सही शॉट।
I'm Renee Sion with another edition of Caribbean Week in Review.
The time is now. Right now. Right now. All I need is one night. You're gonna have to splurge on it. All I need is one night. I wouldn't deaf on it. No, not that. Right now. All I need is one night. You're gonna have to splurge on it. All I need is one night. I wouldn't deaf on it. This is the new day.
A new sound, a new style, a new style, a new class. Next 99.1 FM, the next level of radio.
Right now.
Monday, 25th May 2026. The time now, it is 6:10 a.m. Good Monday morning, Trinidad and Tobago and the world. I am Virmala Balkaran and welcome to Trinidad and Tobago Today. Well, let's take a look now at what's trending this morning. Public Utilities Minister Barry Pedarath is rejecting allegations of political patronage at WASA, calling claims of social media defense force pure propaganda. Now, Pedarath defended the hiring of 9 social media personalities, saying that they were brought on as legitimate short-term workers to help address staffing shortages. He also dismissed claims that they are part of a covert communications unit, insisting they are being paid only for the clerical and operational duties tied to their positions. The minister added that WASA's hiring records were verified by the authority's Human Resources Department. And breaking its silence on the disappearance and death of a 2-year-old Angelo Tobias Plaza, the Trinidad and Tobago National Council of Parent-Teacher Associations says it is deeply saddened and outraged by the tragedy. The group says it delayed commenting to avoid speculation while investigations were ongoing. Now, on Saturday, Angelo's stepfather, Shannon Miller, was charged with murder following a multi-agency probe. The NPTA says this case highlights the urgent need for stronger child protection systems and earlier intervention when warning signs emerge. A candlelight vigil was also held in Angelo's memory on Saturday evening at Harris Promenade, San Fernando. And speaking of candlelight vigils, one was also held over the weekend to honor slain 23-month-old Akini Kafi on what would have been his 3rd birthday.
Keep it burning, keep it burning till the break of day.
On May 7th, 2026, Akini was in a vehicle with his parents along Upper St. Francois Valley Road in Belmont when gunmen opened fire in what police described as a targeted execution-style ambush. Now, while many Trinbagonians were celebrating Arsenal's victory yesterday, attention was also on a young midfielder with Trinidad and Tobago roots on the opposing side, Crystal Palace's Rio Cardenas. The 19-year-old made his English Premier League debut in Palace's 2-1 defeat to Arsenal, marking a major milestone in his career. Cardenas, already part of the Trinidad and Tobago senior national team setup, showed composure and maturity on one of football's biggest stages and was also the 2nd youngest player on the pitch. It's another key step in his rise through the ranks and adding to his earlier senior appearances in European competition and international duty for TNT. Well, coming up inside the show today, we chat with Amir Django, who formed part of that victorious Red Force, about the magnitude of this win and his upcoming tournaments like the CPL. And right after the break, a special treat from Denise Balfon in light of her work being sampled by Drake. So thank you so much for being with us here to start your week. Grab a cup of coffee and settle in. Trinidad and Tobago Today has begun.
The plays that shake the arenas. The stories that move a nation. From football to cricket, track to tennis, every win, every rivalry, every headline. This is where Trinidad and Tobago come for sports.
TTT Sports with Nasira Mohammed, daily at 7 p.m.
Being connected, it means a lot because first of all, you can't do this by yourself.
When you have your phone, you always have somebody at your side. I could call for help, anything going like, you know.
I'm giving children the opportunity to experience outside of their neighborhood.
Digital is kind of a comfort, you feel good that people in your lives are always able to be contacted.
I was with the other network and I was having problems, so I joined Digicel and I never regretted it.
I'm Jamila Bannister, host of the Socially Safe podcast, the new TTPS podcast where we share real stories, teach real lessons, and create real impact. From online safety and youth crime to community policing and personal responsibility, we go beyond the headlines and talk about what's happening in our communities with the officers and experts who are on the front lines. Because safety starts with awareness, conversation, and action. Tune in to the Socially Safe podcast on the TTPS YouTube channel, listen on Apple Podcasts and on Spotify. Don't miss it.
Watch on TTT, Mondays 6 p.m., Tuesdays 1:10 p.m.
Unleash your imagination with TTT's terrific Toon Time. Join us as we stop evil geniuses from taking over the world from Super Z. Or hop on board for a journey into outer space with Galaxy Kids. Be a part of our quest to save the forests alongside our robot pals from Bugs Bot Ignition. Or let's go exploring with Duda and Dada. Catch terrific Toon Time weekdays at 4:15 p.m. and Saturdays from 9 a.m. It's fun-filled adventure with terrific Toon Time right here on TTT.
It's that time of the year again, my friends. You can feel it in the air. Football, football, football. It's back. Everyone's locked in. This is Richard Torpedo Thompson and my Trinidad and Tobago people. I'll stay this straight. Fans make the game. Cheers, chants, passion. That's the heartbeat of football. There's only one 12th man that really brings the energy. That's Andre Errol Batiste on TTT. Every Thursday on TTT. Don't miss it.
Prime Minister Kamala Prasad-Bissassa has lauded the multicultural identity of Trinidad and Tobago while commemorating the 181st anniversary of the Indian Arrival Day in Parliament. The Prime Minister reflected on the arrival of Indian indentured labourers in 1845, praised their contribution to national development and called for continued unity among citizens. She also criticised the absence of opposition members during the observance. We have more in this report.
While Indian Arrival Day will be celebrated next week, Prime Minister Kamala Prasad-Bissassa rose to give remarks on the occasion since the Parliament was due to be prorogued last evening. She paid tribute to the first Indian indentured labourers who arrived in Trinidad aboard the Fat El Razak 181 years ago. Speaking in the House of Representatives, Prime Minister Prasad-Bissassa said the occasion remains an important reminder of the sacrifices made by Indian immigrants who came to Trinidad under the indentureship system.
The conditions they encountered were harsh and unforgiving. The indentureship system demanded exhausting labor under difficult circumstances. There were language barriers. There was social isolation. There was tremendous emotional pain caused by separation from homeland and family. Many arrived with little material possessions, but they carried with them something far more valuable: resilience, discipline, spirituality, and an unwavering determination to survive and succeed. And succeed they did in this, our republic.
Mrs. Prasad-Bissassa highlighted the influence of Indian heritage on local festivals, music, and cuisine, while describing diversity as one of this country's greatest strengths.
We may have all come on different boats, but we are all united under one banner, Mother Trinidad and Tobago, and we are all now in the same boat, Trinidad and Tobago. Every group that came to our shores brought with them traditions, values, customs, which collectively enriched Trinidad and Tobago. As we celebrate Indian Arrival Day, we celebrate the enduring truth that diversity remains one of our greatest national strengths here in TNT.
During the address, the Prime Minister also took aim at the opposition, noting their absence from the parliamentary observance. She ended her contribution with a call for citizens to continue protecting national unity and peaceful coexistence.
And over 30 key government agencies were present in Mayaro as Minister of Culture and Community Development Michelle Benjamin and Mayaro MP Nicholas Morris hosted a community development outreach. The expo is part of the government's push to bring services closer to citizens. More in this report.
Over 30 key government agencies were present in Mayaro as Minister of Culture and Community Development Michelle Benjamin and Mayaro MP Nicholas Morris hosted a community development outreach expo. The expo is part of the government's push to bring services closer to citizens. The expo in Mayaro was the fourth edition of the ministry's outreach initiative. Minister Benjamin said the initiative reflects the government's commitment to the citizenry.
This initiative was born out of conversation and consultation with the Honorable Prime Minister that gave me a commitment to go into the constituencies, rural constituencies, and make sure that no one is left behind. You remember when our Honorable Prime Minister took her oath, she said, whether you are in the plains, whether you are in the lagoon, whether you are in the farm, we see you. And basically, this initiative, see you. Rural constituencies, we see you.
She added the government is doing its part to remove the perception that access to state resources is limited to the capital city.
Do not stay and say, Port of Spain is where the resources are. My ministry's commitment to you is to bring every government agency right where you live, right where you reside. For too long, we never had access to community centers. And I'm telling you, the government is working on changing that. Every resources, every program will be reflected in community centers.
MP Morris thanked Minister Benjamin as he praised her work ethic.
This is part of the process to rebuild and re-energize this country, going community to community. 10 years of neglect cannot be reversed in 1 year. But people like Minister Benjamin have started that process. And today is just 1% of the work you see that Minister Benjamin is doing.
The National Commission for Self-Help, the Office of the Financial Services Ombudsman, Serval, and HDC were just some of the state agencies present to share information with the people of Mayaro.
Well, as we promised earlier, today we're celebrating national excellence. Well, last week we told you that Canadian rapper Drake sampled soca icon Denise Saucy Belfont's 1998 anthem Work with her iconic Put Ya Back In It line featured on the track BBW from his surprise album Maid of Honor. The production team reached out to the whining queen over the weekend to get her reaction to this global moment. But that's not all. Did you know that there's also a work tour in the works?
The fact that this song keeps coming back around full circle globally and new generations continue to learn who I am or hear the song, stuff like that. That is, I can't even explain what that feels like, but all I can tell you is that my name will be forever remembered when that time comes when, you know, I'm no longer here. It will live on, and generations after that will talk and say they love this song. They remember their mothers, their grandmother, their father, whoever it was, listening to this song and having a grand time and boasting that this artist is from was from Trinidad and Tobago, or is from Trinidad and Tobago. So it feels really good to know that I'm leaving a legacy of my craft, the blessings that I was blessed with as an artist. And when I mentioned that I want to go on tour, Shane said, wow, what we going to call the tour, girl? I said, me and Anna, you come up with something now, and right on spot, work the tour, because your tune is work, right? And I say, yeah, I say, I really like that name. Let's go with it. So the tour, I wanted it to start off in Trinidad, and then we branch off and do every part of the world after. Yeah. And it's just a matter of us having the resources to make it happen. is what's, making it, take a little longer than we anticipated. I am doing stuff where it can become huge, especially in Europe, Africa, Asia, and Canada. First leg kicks off on the 2nd of August in Canada for SOS.
Big things in store for Belfon. Now, work was created in 1998. Now, that's almost 3 decades ago. What were you doing in 1998? So we asked her whether she ever imagined that Put Ya Back in It would become a global cultural movement, influencing artists across soca, dancehall, hip-hop, and even EDM. And she reminisced on the journey and the challenges that she faced and how she really pushed through using her strengths.
As someone said in a comment, I crawled for the other female artists to run, walk, fly, whatever it is they really said. I can't remember the exact words, but yeah, it made sense. It feels good to see the female artists having, the opportunities that they have now. Me being the pioneer that paved the way for all of them. I'm very open for collaborations, but not just any collaboration. It's a vibe with me. It have to be right. And until I hear a rhythm or I hear a riff or a melody, well, I's the melody queen. I come up with melodies very easily. Once there's a beat that I think I love enough, you're gonna get a song from me in half an hour, 15 minutes, and then I start making it make sense.
Getting candid with Trinidad and Tobago Today, Belfon revealed that even with what is now widely regarded as the most sampled soca song in history, her music is not fully supported by everyone, including locally. However, she says she continues to push forward, working on her album Comeback. But music is not the only way that Belfon is leaving her mark. Up till 2017, she hosted Juve in June, a cultural and charitable initiative where proceeds went towards supporting vulnerable groups, including domestic violence survivors, the elderly, children, and other causes.
I chose to give back with an idea that my grandmother, before she passed away, helped bring to life. Because she's from Grenada. She was from Grenada. And she always mentioned, why you don't do something with for Juve? You don't like Juve? And then she was an activist with Uriah Buzz Butler. And Labor Day was a big thing. 2012 is when we came up with the idea, Aero versus Holly. So Aero Postal versus Hollister. That was the event. And then it was successful, and she mentioned, why only don't do a Juve party, right, for Labor Day, June 19th? Because, it's always a holiday in Trinidad for that. And she and my youngest daughter, Cassandra, agreed. And then my other kids agreed. But it's really my daughters who made sure that it became popular until she passed away in 2017. And we never did it again.
Belfon said they also hosted a successful event after the pandemic. And we'll have more from Belfon during the week as we speak to her about her new single, and that's dedicated to her late niece, Jelena Armstrong, and more. Well, the time now, 6:29 a.m. in the Republic of Trinidad and Tobago. We get ready to take a short break. And when we come back, something really inspiring for you this morning from some students.
Every client deserves expertise, integrity, and guidance they can trust. At Camino Realty International, we deliver integrated real estate solutions, sales, rentals, property management, and project development. Driven by excellence, transparency, and innovation, we protect value, create opportunity, and build lasting success. Because real estate isn't just about buildings. For more information on our services, log on to CaminoRealty.com or follow us on social media at Camino Realty TT. Camino Realty International, elevating lives one property at a time.
Being connected, it means a lot because, first of all, you can't do this by yourself.
When you have your phone, you always have somebody at your side. I could call for help, anything going on,
You know, I'm giving children the opportunity to experience outside of their neighborhood.
Digicel is kind of a comfort, you feel good that people in your lives are always able to be contacted.
I was with the other network and I was having problems, so I joined Digicel and I never regretted it.
Ever wondered what happens before the lights come on? Before the crowd pours in? Before the magic hits the stage? This is your all-access pass. Sneak Peek with Junior K takes you behind the scenes of the biggest cultural moments and the hottest events across TNT. From the sound checks to the stage setups, from final rehearsals to exclusive interviews. If it's about to be big, we're already there. Catch Sneak Peek airing daily on TTT and relive every moment on all our social media platforms. Sneak Peek with Junior K, where the story starts before the spotlight.
Early prostate cancer has absolutely no signs or symptoms, and that's why we strongly push the men once a year, get out there and get screened with a digital rectal examination and a PSA, prostate-specific antigen, a blood test. Any PSA above 4 is abnormal. All men, once they hit 40 years of age, go and have that PSA test done.
Be viewing Caribbean Medical TV on this station.
तेरी आने वाली जिंदगी एक सही शॉट और एक गलत फैसले के बीच में टिकी हुई है। सोच ले आज क्या लेना? गलत फैसला या सही शॉट?
This morning, we turn to a moment of faith, friendship, and encouragement that has captured attention online. A group of students praying together ahead of their exams has gone viral, and it sparked conversations about youth, faith, and how young people cope with pressure and stress during exam season. We now talk to those students we have on the line this morning: Vedanand Rambaran, Arvind Rupnarayan, Matthew Rogers, Aaron Herbert, and Isaiah Coca. Good morning.
Good morning.
How are you this morning? How are all of you this morning?
Yeah, we good.
I like how rehearsed these answers are. Yes, miss. And oh my gosh, and to hear you calling me miss, that is definitely something. So after you were all praying together and heading into the exam room, when did you realize that someone took this photo?
Didn't really know anybody took the photo. We know our teacher saw us praying, but only in the evening time when we got to home and was talking to our parents and stuff, that was when we realized that somebody take a photo of us.
And this went viral across social media. So why do you all think that so many people connected with this?
It has something to do with them doing CXC before, so they like know what we're going through. And well, you don't usually see young people praying like that. Yeah.
So
it kind of,
yeah?
I say it kind of be a way where those who may not have either confidence, so as Aaron rightly says, not like a norm, they could see that and be like, okay, that is something that I would do. They just wouldn't maybe do it in such a public way.
Yeah. Now, you all are all friends, right? So how long have you been friends in this group, and do you all always pray together?
We've been friends since form 2 or form 1.
Around here, so like 3 years now.
4. 4 years.
4 years now.
And yeah, we just usually pray together.
We had prayed for one of our previous exams as well, so this was like the second time.
Whenever we have exams together, like most of we doing similar subjects, right?
Or business subjects, we usually pray together.
Yeah. We doing the same subjects now, well, basically. So we just pray about it a lot.
Yeah, and somehow we need to pray.
That's good. Now, guys, for some teenagers, praying or openly expressing faith is not always seen as, cool. So why was it important for you all to still do this publicly and without any apology?
I think it has something to do with not caring what other people think about you while you're in praise or asking God for something like that. Because we usually asking God for guidance to help us through the exam, right? Because I saw some people saying how we might not have studied or whatever, but we usually asking God for guidance because we did study, so we are asking for like the strength to remember, for like remembrance and stuff.
Now, what would you all say to other people who may be feeling, pressured or criticized if they're openly praying at school or expressing their faith?
I would say in this exam season, in the day that we live in, it has a lot of facilities to be able to study. And even though it's the day before, I know I catch myself for some exams when you study the night before. But if you put in like a consistent, like maybe 2-3 hours and proper focus and you do it past papers, you'll be all right. And after the exam's done, I think you don't stress over it. You just try your best and pay your best foot forward. That is my word of advice.
So you all have been preparing for exams for quite a bit. How have your exams been going?
Well,
it was good.
I find CSEC bringing these questions, these papers really different, but at the same time, easy. Like once you cover your topics, it's easy. But they're trying something new though, so they can't really be prepared. That's what I would say I do like.
Maths papers are horrible.
Now, do you all actually pray together before all other major moments in life? So I'm not too sure if you play sports together or anything.
Yeah, we just pray, but not
like a
group
thing.
Not as a group much.
Well, you'll definitely inspired a lot of people, not just students, but even adults. And it just goes to show that, you should never apologize for praying in public or expressing your faith. And we've actually seen other photos and videos of students praying together, making the rounds online as well. So how do you feel now that you've set a trend among young people, and a positive trend too? Famous for the right reasons, right?
Yeah. Now, but it's a good feeling that if you set a trend, but for a positive reason, so not like a negative one, that is always a better thing. And hopefully we see it fall through more, whether it is in the upcoming year or in our further finishing up our exams.
Like knowing that we encourage other people to do the same thing.
That's a good feeling.
Yeah, it's a good feeling.
Especially at a time when there are so many headlines about youth violence, school violence, negative behavior. What do you think what message do you think that moments like this actually send to the country?
I think it's like a real positive moment, especially for like the older generation to realize that they could put some faith in the youths that coming up.
Yeah, and not everybody going into that direction. And if it is that, let's say it was going hard with any exams or it didn't really have hope for your school life, and you see something like that, and you see people still trying to be coming together in a big way to say, okay, we still got power, trust in the Lord, that could maybe change his perspective and that could guide them away from that kind of lifestyle and try to do better for themselves as well.
Absolutely. So what's your next exam and when is it?
Today.
Today. And today is English, right?
Yeah, like 2 hours. Yeah.
Wow. And then you're doing national television to start the day. So that's definitely a special day for you. So would you like to say a short prayer before we wrap up today as you head into your English exam, or maybe share a prayer with the nation students?
I volunteer to say the prayer. Father, Son, Holy Spirit. And this is for the English exam, right?
No, that's in general.
Alright. So, dear Lord, I'd like to pray for all the students, whether it's in my school and over Trinidad, and to be generalized right in the English CSEC exam, paper 1, and for all our further exams, I pray that we all may have focus within the exam room, grant us a gift of remembrance for all the studies that we did do, dear Lord, and allow us to get the results that we did, the results that we all hope and pray for at the end of the day, and nobody will be worried about the results. Nobody will be in a place of not being able to do the paper out of anxiety and fear and all of those things, and that everything will be all right after the exam. I say this prayer in Jesus' mighty name. Amen.
Amen.
Thank you very much. So before you go, can you just identify yourselves by name, so we can have a name to each face?
I'm Aaron. How about you?
Isaiah.
Virmala. Isaiah.
Well, gentlemen, we wish you all the best, not just for today's exam, but also in all your big life moments going forward. And thank you for inspiring all of us and starting off our Monday on such a positive note. So we really appreciate you being here. And all the best. We know you're going to ace these exams.
Yeah, thank you for your time.
All right, have a wonderful day. And we hope to hear from you soon. All right. Take care, guys. Bye-bye. Oh, that was a really, really, really sweet one. Just being able to join the students before they sit their exams, and also to all the students who are heading into their CSEC examinations today, a special good morning to you. We know that you've studied very hard for this. So say a prayer, go into this, and just know that you can conquer anything. And trust me, it'll be over before you know it. We get ready to take a short break, and when we come back, there's more in the show.
Every client deserves expertise, integrity, and guidance they can trust. At Camino Realty International, we deliver integrated real estate solutions, sales, rentals, property management, and project development. Driven by excellence, transparency, and innovation, we protect value, create opportunity, and build lasting success, because real estate isn't just about buildings. For more information on our services, log on to CaminoRealty.com or follow us on social media at Camino Realty TT. Camino Realty International, elevating lives one property at a time.
Being connected, it means a lot because, first of all, you can't do this by yourself.
When you have your phone, you always have somebody at your side. I could call for help, anything going on,
I'm giving children the opportunity to experience outside of their neighborhood.
Digital is kind of a comfort, you feel good that people in your lives are always able to be contacted.
I was with the other network and I was having problems, so I joined Digicel, and I never regretted it.
The Emancipation Support Committee of Trinidad and Tobago presents IWA Africa 2026, A Flair for Freedom, a fashion odyssey weaving African consciousness through style. Directed by Richard Young at the Winifred Atwell Auditorium, Queen's Hall, St. Anne's. Sunday, 7th June 2026. 4 p.m. Prelude, 5 p.m. Presentation, 7 p.m. Pavilion. Igniting African consciousness, dismantling colonial legacies. A Flair for Freedom. IWA Africa 2026.
Hi, everybody. I am Leah.
And I'm Dion.
And we are
The Duncans.
Listen, we're here to tell you about a project the Lord has given to us called the Marriage Confessional. It is geared toward married couples, those that are on the road to marriage, and those that want to get married one day.
So join us on TTT and on Facebook and YouTube at TTT Live Online.
The Marriage Confessional, only on TTT.
I'm Renee Sion with another edition of Caribbean Week in Review.
This morning, I'm joined by one of Trinidad and Tobago's most exciting cricket talents, Amir Jangu, a player whose journey through regional and international cricket has been defined by hard work, resilience, discipline, and an undeniable passion for the game. From representing the West Indies under-19 team to earning his place on the senior West Indies squad, Amir has steadily built an impressive cricket resume across the Caribbean. Over the years, he has represented teams including the Trinidad and Tobago Red Force, Trinbago Knight Riders, Jamaica Talawas, Antigua and Barbuda Falcons, and showcasing his versatility and value across all formats of the game. And in 2024, he announced himself on the international stage in spectacular fashion, scoring a century on a debut for the West Indies, the fastest debut century in cricket history, a moment that cemented his name among the region's elite rising stars. Well, now he adds another major achievement to his growing career, being part of the TNT Red Force team that has ended a 20-year drought to reclaim the West Indies championship title and restore regional supremacy. Good morning, Amir.
Good morning. Good morning. It's good to be here. That's quite an introduction.
First of all, yes, well deserved. Congratulations on the Red Force winning the West Indies Championship and ending that 20-year drought. So how does it feel to be a part of such a historic moment for Trinidad and Tobago cricket?
Yeah, it's pretty special. I think I started my career 10 years ago playing first-class cricket, and it's a tournament we kept struggling in. But I think this year we had a really special group. Normally we lose players because of West Indies duty and franchise duties, but this year we had a good core of players, and it was lucky enough that we won the title.
Now, the team really dominated in the final against Guyana. So what impressed you most about the overall team performance, especially the bowling attack led by Jaden Seals and Hines was in that, and also Phillip?
Yeah, I think our strength is our fast bowling, even though we have really good on our own team, but our strength really comes from our fast bowling. Those guys, they get early wickets, they make inroads into teams, and I think Jaden Seals, a special mention to him, and Terrence Hines. Jaden in that first innings getting 70 not out, and then coming with the ball and getting wickets. So crucial roles, and yeah, we just dominated them, which was good because they were the champions for the past 3 years.
Now, Evan Lewis and Jason Mohammed also both played major roles in this title run, especially with this being their farewell first-class season. So how important were their leadership and experience to the team?
Yeah, they were so crucial. We always said that. I think leading up to the final, they didn't have the best of tournaments, but the leadership were crucial. I think we always say that Evan Lewis, just having his name there in our team, it brings a fear factor to all the other teams as well. And you can just tell by the experience. In that second innings, the partnership with him and Jason, it was pretty crucial to us. So we knew that they were going to come good. It was just a matter of time, and lucky enough, it was when we needed them the most, which was in the final.
Well, Red Force dethroned a Guyana side that had won the title for the last 3 years. So what do you think made this TNT team different and capable of finally bringing the trophy home?
I think we always said it. Most of the guys in our team, all of us are similar in age, similar in experience. I think most of us are in the prime of our careers, or not if not hitting our prime now. So I think that's a major part to play. All of us we gel together as a team. We're one family. So we have that camaraderie off the field, and that only puts you in good stead for when you have to go on the field to play. All of us have each other's back. And as I said, it was just a collective effort. Everyone put up their hands in different games. So yeah, I think that's what made us so successful.
Now, TTCB is saying that this success was years in the making, and there's even been some calls, Amir, for the team to receive national recognition. How do you feel about that if that were to happen?
I think it's just an honor to win the tournament, and also the amount of support that we got from the people back home. I think it was such a huge thing that we did get the recognition, but I think anything extra other than that that's given to us, it'll be appreciated as well.
Now, looking back on the tournament, what would you say was the biggest challenge for the team throughout the competition?
I think the biggest challenge may have came in the Barbados game, in the semi-finals. Our back were a bit against the wall. Then Cephas put up his hand and scored a brilliant century. So, as I said again, it's all about overcoming those obstacles, and somebody on the team was always putting up their hand during that time. But I think getting through that hurdle, beating Barbados, which is a big rivalry as well. Once we did that there, I think it was just for us to go out in the final and produce our best cricket, which we did.
Now, personally, what was the highlight or your highlight moment of the tournament?
From a team point of view, I'll definitely say lifting the trophy. But from an individual point of view, obviously, getting my double century in that first game against the Leeward Islands, that would have been the highlight of my season.
Now, we all know you as someone who is always training and trying to improve your craft. What keeps you so disciplined and motivated, especially at this stage of your career?
I think it's all about having that hunger to go to play at the highest level consistently. I think playing for West Indies is the pinnacle. I still want to cement my spot in those different format teams. So I think it's all about performing to the best of my ability and having that drive and motivation to keep training hard and training at a high intensity so I can play at the highest level for a long period of time.
You know, from knowing you, I know that your family and your faith are both very important parts of your life. How much have those support systems actually helped you through the highs and the pressures of professional cricket?
Yeah, I think it goes a long way. I think a support system is the most important thing in your life, especially in your career as well. There'll be obviously highs and lows, but I think your family and your faith is something that always stays consistent with me. So I think that's the most important thing.
Amir, what does preparation look like for you before matches? How do you prepare mentally or physically?
I think we just normally have like a couple of days before matches. So I think for me, it's all about feeling good while batting. So it's either I won't hit plenty balls, I won't hit a lot of balls. I'll just make sure I'm feeling good. And then on game days, I'll just probably hit a couple and that's it. But more mentally wise, I'll just visualize a lot. I'll write down the bowlers who I'm going to come up against, and then I'll have my plan in my head how I'll go about facing them in the game. So I think that's what my preparation normally looks like.
Well, before we wrap up, Amir, just on a personal note, I remember being one of the first people to interview right here at TTT on Talk City. I believe you made your debut, it was 20-something, 15, 16, maybe around there. And you were so young and really coming through just so many stalwarts in the game, and we've seen you grow a lot, and we're very proud of you and we're happy. And such a full circle moment to have you here to talk about this victory. So I know you're heading into another busy CPL season, or what's coming up next for you before CPL? Is anything between now and then?
Right now I'm in the West Indies High Performance Camp in Antigua. So right now we're preparing for the all format series against Sri Lanka. There'll be 3 ODIs and 3 T20s in Jamaica, and then 2 test matches in Antigua. So preparing for that right now. There's a couple other series right after CPL as well. which will be in New Zealand coming down as well, and Pakistan. So yeah, it'll be a busy time for me leading up to CPL, but looking forward to it.
And what are you looking forward to most about CPL?
I think it's all about dominating again. I think I finished the tournament really strong last year, and I think TKR knocked us out in the eliminator match. So I think it's taking a step further and actually winning the tournament and having a good hand to play in those games.
Well, Amir, before we go, what message would you leave with your fans or your supporters this morning, the people who stood with you throughout this Red Force journey, and also to any young cricketer who may be up and coming and inspired by you?
Yeah, I'd just like to thank everyone that supported us on this journey. I think this title meant the most to, if not all of us, in that dressing room, because it's something that we struggle in. So a tournament that we struggle in a lot. But yeah, thank you for all the support. And for the young guys growing up, I think just shoot for the stars all the time. For the cricket, and playing Test cricket for West Indies is the pinnacle. So I think it's all about working hard and reaching those goals, and that's it.
All right. Thank you, Amir, for joining us this morning. Congratulations again, and all the best going forward.
Thank you so much. Thank you for having me.
All right, you're most welcome. That's Amir Jangu joining us to talk a little bit about that Red Force victory after 20 years. Carrie's up next with the major network news at the top of the hour. A break before that, then we see you inside hour number 2 of Trinidad and Tobago Today.
Attention viewers in Trinidad and Tobago. The Truth of God now airs on the TTT network every Sunday morning at 7 a.m. You won't want to miss the dynamic preaching of Pastor Jennings as he speaks from God's Holy Bible. The Truth of God, Sunday mornings at 7 a.m. on the TTT network.
TTT weather with Zaina James, daily at 7 p.m.
Being connected, it means a lot because, first of all, you can't do this by yourself.
When you have your phone, you always have somebody at your side. I could call for help, anything going like,
You know, I'm giving children the opportunity to experience outside of their neighborhood.
Digicel is kind of a comfort, you feel good that people in your lives are always able to be contacted.
I was with the other network and I was having problems, so I joined Digicel and I never regretted it.
Ever wondered what happens before the lights come on? Before the crowd pours in? Before the magic hits the stage? This is your all-access pass. Sneak Peek with Junior K takes you behind the scenes of the biggest cultural moments and the hottest events across TNT. From the sound checks to the stage setups, from final rehearsals to exclusive interviews. If it's about to be big, we're already there. Catch Sneak Peek airing daily on TTT and relive every moment on all our social media platforms. Sneak Peek with Junior K, where the story starts before the spotlight.
What if possibility was only the beginning? Welcome to Limitless, a journey where ideas become action and action becomes impact. From breaking barriers and challenging misconceptions to designing with dignity and driving innovation with heart. This series explores how inclusion is moving from concept to community in Trinidad and Tobago. Across each episode, we meet the change makers and everyday leaders turning challenges into opportunity, building real solutions that change real lives, from possibility to impact. This is Limitless.
Good morning, this is your TTT News Update. I'm Carrie Roberts. Making the news at this time. The Couva Police Station Community Council says a safer district relies on stronger collaboration among residents, police, and local stakeholders as the area continues to expand rapidly. Speaking at a public meeting, Council President Bishop Ezekiel Clark stressed the need for unity and shared responsibility in addressing community challenges.
CPSCC acts as a bridge between community groups, businesses, religious organizations, schools, youth groups, and of course the Couva Police Station. Our role is not only to support crime prevention initiatives, but also to encourage community ownership. And I would repeat that, community ownership. We, as residents in the district of Couva, in our various communities, we need to be united and own our communities. Public safety cannot succeed through policing alone.
Bishop Clark highlighted issues including robberies, home invasions, and noise pollution, saying while police are making efforts, residents also have a responsibility to cooperate and report incidents. He added that youth engagement and community programs remain key to long-term crime reduction.
One of the strongest weapons against crime is youth development. The CPSCC continues to support and plan initiatives aimed at youth engagement, sports development, community recreation, leadership training, positive mentorship, and also cultural activities. Today, ladies and gentlemen, every citizen has a role to play in national development and community safety.
Central Division police officials echoed those concerns, urging residents to actively participate in community councils and provide information that can assist investigations. In other news, the Expo in Mayaro was the 4th edition of the Ministry of Culture and Community Development's Outreach Initiative. Minister of Culture and Community Development, Michelle Benjamin, commended Mayaro MP Nicholas Morris for encouraging her to come to his constituency. He said the initiative reflects the government's commitment to the citizenry.
Was born out of conversation and consultation with the Honorable Prime Minister that gave me a commitment to go into the constituencies, rural constituencies, and make sure that no one is left behind. You remember when our Honorable Prime Minister took her oath, she said whether you are in the plains, whether you are in the lagoon, whether you are in the farm, we see you. And basically this initiative, see you. Rural constituencies, we see you.
She said the government is doing its part to remove the perception that access to state resources is limited to the capital city.
Port of Spain is where the resources are. My ministry's commitment to you is to bring every government agency right where you live, right where you reside. Far too long, we never had access to community centers, and I'm telling you the government is working on changing that. Every resources, every program will be reflected in community centers.
The National Commission for Self-Help, the Office of the Financial Services Ombudsman, Servol, NESC, and the HDC were among the state agencies on hand to provide information to residents of Mayaro. In some sport now, London Pulse secured a 67-66 victory over LexisNexis Dragons in the Netball Super League after the match went into extra time. The teams were tied at 56-56, but at the end of regulation before Pulse edged ahead in the extra period. Camogelo Maseko gave them the lead with a minute remaining, helping seal the win against the 5th place Dragons. Liv Shine led the Pulse's scoring with 37 goals, while Maseko added 16. Player of the match, Halimat Adio, told BBC Sport she was really proud of the group for getting over the line. She added that while the team did not want the game to go into extra time, their ability to pull through reflected their fitness. And that's what's making the news at this time. After the break, Virmala's back with the second hour of Trinidad and Tobago Today.
Your heart, brain, and body work hard every day. Give them the support they deserve with omega-3. Packed with essential fatty acids, omega-3 helps support heart health, brain function, and overall wellness. Whether you're staying active, focused, or simply living life to the fullest, live healthier with Omega-3. Wellness that works from within. Tune in to Wellness Unlocked on TTT Tuesdays and Thursdays at 9:45 a.m.
Being connected, it means a lot because, first of all, you can't do this by yourself.
When you have your phone, you always have somebody at your side. I could call for help, anything going on, you know.
You know, I'm giving children the opportunity to experience outside of their neighborhood.
Digital is kind of a comfort, you feel good that people in your lives are always able to be contacted.
I was with the other network and I was having problems, so I joined Digicel and I never regretted it.
Since 1972, one sound has been living in the heart of Trinidad and Tobago, the longest running radio station in the nation.
We're your holiday soundtrack, whether it's on your day off, long drives, or house lives. We are always sweet.
This is music with meaning, music with memories.
Music that feels like home.
And it's not just the songs, it's the voices you trust, personalities you've grown with.
Laughter that sounds familiar. This isn't just radio, it's tradition. It's memories. It's part of who we are.
Sweet 100.1 FM, the rhythm of our identity, part of your family.
Always 100, got you on your way. Sweet 100.
Unleash your imagination with TTT's terrific Tune Time. Join us as we stop evil geniuses from taking over the world from Super Z. Or hop on board for a journey into outer space with Galaxy Kids. Be a part of our quest to save the forests alongside our robot pals from Bugsbot Ignition. Or let's go exploring with Duda and Dada. Catch terrific Tune Time weekdays at 4:15 p.m. and Saturdays from 9 a.m. It's fun-filled adventure with terrific Tune Time right here on TTT.
More news, more access, more ways to stay informed. TTT News covers the stories that matter on air and online. Join us nightly at 7. TTT News, committed, accurate, relevant.
Education should be a space where every child feels seen, supported, and empowered to succeed. Yet for many neurodivergent students, including those with autism, ADHD, dyslexia, and other learning differences, navigating the traditional school system can come with unique challenges. Now, a groundbreaking institution here in Trinidad and Tobago is aiming to change that by creating a more inclusive and supportive learning environment for all students. Well, joining us this morning is Dr. Patrice Rambatali Nandram, lead advocate for Spectrum Academy, the country's first predominantly neurodiversity inclusive high school, to tell us more about the vision behind the academy and how it hopes to transform inclusive education in this country. Good morning, Doctor, and welcome.
Good morning.
Thank you for being here with us this morning.
Thank you for having me.
So, what inspired the creation of a predominantly neurodiversity inclusive high school at this time?
That was a mouthful. But just to say, really and truly, it comes from lived experience. I am a woman from the neurospicy community, and I have a beautiful son that is also autistic. And, noticing, what I've lived through all these years, I realize 2 decades later, a lot of these gaps still exist. And there is still room in our country, even though we have done so beautifully well in our education system, there's still room for improvement. Inclusion with regard to neurodiversity is very different. It simply means looking to accommodate for brains that work differently. Just the same way we have diversity or biodiversity in the ecological system, we do have that neurological variation in people. So that's where it stemmed from, passion to have a space that my son can be in a country where the education system sees him for who he is, and that he will have a space to be himself.
I love that you said neurospicy.
Yes.
That's a really nice way to say that. Now, what are some of the biggest challenges that neurodivergent students face within the traditional education system?
Oh, this one I know, at the top of my head because I've literally lived this. One of the key things I've noticed is the fact that we have standardized tests. These assessments truly accommodate only for those who are great exam takers. Someone with a neurodivergent mind, be it someone who's autistic, someone with ADHD, someone with dyslexia, dyscalculia, or even dyspraxia. A standardized test simply doesn't show who you are. You have 2 hours to get this done, and it just doesn't show who you are. And it leaves out persons who are great at describing things orally, those who are project determined, those who do projects very well, those persons who are able to express themselves but require visual or sensory ways to do that. These exams do not accommodate. That's just one. The second is that the educational system does not have inclusivity in terms of having sensory spaces, calming rooms, or even the appropriate opportunity to have their schedule be flexible, to have that space for a movement break. We simply don't have it yet. We just have a strict academic schedule at this point.
Yeah. Which brings me to ask you about the Spectrum Academy now. So how will the Academy support students differently from mainstream schools?
Well, the vision of the Academy by all the neurospicy persons that have put their heart and soul into it thus far, we have created a space from neurodivergence for neurodivergence. Ergo, we have a calming room, which accommodates persons who require that time out. Our schedules have 45-minute periods, yes, but between every 45-minute period, there's a sensory or a movement break that accommodates for the students. Students are allowed to wear their headsets should they need that to have noise cancellation if things are too loud. And our entire curriculum allows for both academia and vocational experience. So when you come out of that secondary school, you have been exposed to everything.
So I want to talk a little bit about the individualized learning pathways and how does that look like for students?
Okay, and it's a really important question that you asked because that is definitely something critical and foundational for a neurodivergent mind. What happens is that students come in to the school and they are assessed to see where they're at. And then what we realize is that each student requires that opportunity to be exposed to different things. It allows us to do a strength-based assessment of where that student is. And through that assessment, we're then able to tailor their schedule. So for example, in Form 1 in a typical school, you're introduced to about 10 subjects, right? Here, we will allow you to be introduced to at least 5. And then have 5 other vocational opportunities. For example, a student may be able to go into sculpt class, music, art, sewing even, and allow that to be coupled with English literature, science, STEM, physics, along with geography and math. So it allows them the opportunity to allow that, they bring the time. It also means, for example, the typical pathway for a neurotypical school for secondary is to do your 8 to 12 subjects in Form 5. Here, you may be allowed to do it at the end of Form 2, Form 3, Form 4. So we split it up so you don't have to do all 8 subjects at one go.
Customized or tailored to their needs. Now, let's talk a little bit about teaching philosophy when it comes to educating neurodivergent students. What does that look like and how important is emotional support or even confidence building in this?
I love that question because this is something, again, that's critical. It's important to raise every child with the confidence that they can do more. So remember I spoke earlier about strength-based assessment, and that's exactly where it starts. you don't give someone something that they cannot do, that they're finding problem with. It's going to give them a negative perception of self. So you start with the things that they're very good at. In terms of teaching then, so for example, if a student is in a science class, one of the key things we do is look at what that topic is and ensure that we have different ways of teaching it. Remember, our neurodivergent community have different strengths. Some students require a visual schedule or a visual way of learning that topic, which means that we will show a video about what it is first. The second would be something auditory so that they could listen or hear, just like you have audiobooks for stories. They can learn that lesson that way. Another student may require a written schedule, something that they could take notes and follow. So we make sure that each subject, each course, each title is taught with these 3 or 4 different modalities.
Now, what message would you give to parents who feel that, maybe their child has been misunderstood or left behind in school?
I'm going to say, Mom or Dad, your child isn't failing. Maybe the environment is. And simply that, they need to be in a space that their needs are accommodated. It's built in, not fought for. And, Spectrum Academy has established that space, and we are looking forward to partnering with other schools to show them how this model works so that they could be more accommodating. So it's a matter of looking for a space where your child, they ask the question, how does your child learn? Rather than, where does your child fit in? How come your child can't fit in?
So tell me, how can we support a Spectrum Academy?
Well, Spectrum Academy is looking forward to partners, public and private partnership, that will be willing to support, one, the therapeutic interventions required for the school, so that this is now a one-stop shop. Parents don't have to go outside to look for this help, that it's there in the curriculum. We're also looking for scholarships for students to be able to come to school, because as you know, we don't have a secondary school in the public system as yet that accommodates for a model such as this. So we're looking for support in that way.
And I understand that you have a event coming up. It's called, am I saying this correctly, a Zumbathon?
A Zumbathon, yes. Okay. And this was created by the students themselves. This is what they called it. And as I explained, the children, one of the important things is having movement breaks.
Right.
So they are now allowing the whole of Trinidad and Tobago to participate in their movement break. Yes. And they love dance, so yes. And we're looking forward to have this. There's the Neurodiversity Day or Week in June. The 16th and the 18th, one is specifically looking at neurodiversity and the other is an Autistic Pride Day. And we're hoping to have this on the 18th.
I'm seeing some shots of the Academy on the screen. Wow.
Absolutely.
I love the color purple as well.
Yes.
I'm seeing your hard at work here. So if we want more information on this Zumbathon, where can we go to get this?
Well, we definitely have it on our website, spectrumacademytt.org, and we will also have this on our Instagram and Facebook pages.
So that's Zumbathon taking place on Thursday, 18th June, and it's on their events page at spectrumacademytt.org. We have that information on the screen for you right now. So yeah, you can be a part of something pretty special. Oh, they're so cute. I love this. And thank you for sharing that with us and sharing part of the Spectrum Academy with us this morning. Thank you, Doctor. Any closing words before we go? What is your greatest hope or wish for the Spectrum Academy?
Oh, I believe that Spectrum Academy is definitely a model for what neurodiversity inclusion truly means in Trinidad and Tobago. And I really hope that in 10 years' time, other students who are part of the neurospicy community are proud to be part and have the opportunity to have an education to take them further so that they can be who they can be. People who are neurodivergent are different for a reason. We're not meant to fit in, we're meant to stand out.
Thank you very much, Doctor. And Spectrum Academy joining us this morning on Trinidad and Tobago Today. The time now, it is 7:19. If you're streaming us live on Facebook or YouTube, a special good morning to you. Leave us a comment. Let us know how was your weekend, what you're looking forward to this week. And for all the stories that you see here and more, check us out at TTT Live Online. You can find all the information about the Spectrum Academy as well. It's TTT Live Online. All our interviews are posted there for you too. We take a break and come back.
Since 1972, one sound has been living in the heart of Trinidad and Tobago, the longest running radio station in the nation.
We're your holiday soundtrack, whether it's on your day off, long drives, or house limes. We are always sweet.
This is music with meaning, music with memories.
Music that feels like home.
And it's not just the songs, it's the voices you trust, personalities you've grown with.
Laughter that sounds familiar. This isn't just radio, it's tradition. It's memories. It's part of who we are.
Sweet 100.1 FM, the rhythm of our identity, part of your family.
Always 100, got you on your way. Sweet 100, sweet 100.
Honoring the beauty of Indian heritage, TTT invites you to immerse yourself in Desi May as we mark Indian Arrival Month with color, music, and magic of Indian cinema. Throughout May, enjoy your favorite Bollywood hits and timeless classics, from iconic blockbusters to treasured favorites, bringing the heart of India straight to your screen. Tune in every Saturday at 8:35 p.m. and every Sunday from 4 p.m. to experience rich traditions, captivating stories, and unforgettable characters that continue to inspire generations. Plus, watch, text, and get rewarded for our exciting viewer promotion. Desi May, celebrating Indian Arrival Month, exclusively on TTT.
Every client deserves expertise, integrity, and guidance they can trust. At Camino Realty International, we deliver integrated real estate solutions, sales, rentals, property management, and project development. Driven by excellence, transparency, and innovation, we protect value, create opportunity, and build lasting success. Because real estate isn't just about buildings. For more information on our services, log on to CaminoRealty.com or follow us on social media at Camino Realty TT. Camino Realty International, elevating lives one property at a time.
Unleash your imagination with TTT's terrific Toon Time. Join us as we stop evil geniuses from taking over the world on Super Z, or hop on board for a journey into outer space with Galaxy Kids. Be a part of our quest to save the forest alongside our robot pals from Bugspot Ignition. Or let's go exploring with Duda and Dada. It's fun-filled adventure with terrific Toon Time right here on TTT.
Welcome back to Trinidad and Tobago Today on TTT. Now, a gunman who shot at a White House security checkpoint was killed in an exchange of fire with Secret Service agents on Saturday evening. Officials have confirmed. Now, the BBC's U.S. media partner CBS named the suspect a 21-year-old man who was known to the agency and had a documented history of mental conditions. Gunfire rang out just after 1800 local time, and reporters filming outside ducked and ran for cover inside the White House. The U.S. President Donald Trump was at the White House but was unharmed. He thanked officers for their swift and professional action. The shooting comes a month after a gunman opened fire at the White House Correspondents' Dinner. And the UK Prime Minister has called a case where 3 teenage boys avoided custodial sentences for the rape of 2 girls appalling, saying it is right the sentences are now under review. The assaults happened in Hampshire between November 2024 and January 2025, involving girls aged 14 and 15 at the time. The judge issued youth rehabilitation orders instead of detention, saying he wanted to avoid criminalizing these children unnecessarily. But the decision has sparked outrage, with one victim saying it felt like a rock straight in my face and calling the outcome a slap on the wrist. And in some entertainment news, Miley Cyrus has received a star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame, becoming the 2,845th honoree. In her speech, the singer reflected on her journey and future legacy, saying, "My hope is what I leave behind continues to affect the hearts of generations to come." She also thanked her fans, her family, and her future family, a nod to her fiancé, musician Max Morando, who attended the ceremony. The event featured tributes from actress Anya Taylor-Joy and designer Donatella Versace, both praising Cyrus' career and impact. And the song Melissa, I'm Drunken Outside, is making serious waves online after blowing up across TikTok and Instagram as a carefree summer anthem. It even climbed to #1 on the US iTunes reggae chart. But what's catching attention is its strong soca energy running through the track. Now, if you did not know, this was created with the help of AI. And they're describing it as 20% AI and 80% human creativity, with real creative direction shaping the hooks and vibes. And you know who else heard it? My favorites. Here are the Jonas Brothers. And honestly, I've been discussing this for quite a bit. Amazing how AI is revolutionizing the way we create and assimilate music. Just look at them, enjoying this one. Screaming to Melissa, whoever Melissa might be. The day we see the Jonas Brothers dancing to soca, it has to be AI. Come on. Anyway, a few Muslims from Trinidad and Tobago have also taken the deliberate preparation process and have already left for the annual Hajj pilgrimage to Mecca, one of the 5 pillars of Islam. And TTT News caught up with one group as they departed for Saudi Arabia. The organizers and pilgrims say that this journey requires months of spiritual, physical and financial preparation, with the rising costs and travel challenges adding to the process. We have more in this story.
Hundreds of Muslims from across Trinidad and Tobago are once again making the journey to Mecca and Medina for Hajj, the annual Islamic pilgrimage observed by millions around the world. Religious leaders say preparation for Hajj often begins months in advance and involves more than just travel arrangements.
So preparation definitely always will come spiritually first, that you are ready to perform this. Secondly, it is man istata'ata ilayhi sabila, that person who has an ability to go with regards to his means physically and his means financially. So when you're able to do that, because many Muslims may not be able to afford, because right now it starts around 60,000 TT dollars and it goes all the way to like $120,000. So it can cost a lot. So people, that's why I'm said, save a lot for this pilgrimage. So that's the second set of preparation. It is a physical one and it's a spiritual one.
Organizers say the process has become increasingly competitive, with applicants navigating online systems, foreign exchange concerns and occasional flight disruptions. Despite the challenges, many pilgrims describe the experience as a lifelong goal and a deeply personal journey of faith like this first-time pilgrim.
As a Muslim, we believe that everything is predestined. We believe that what has to happen will happen no matter what. So we put our faith in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and hope and pray for the best. Looking forward to being in the Holy Land is something that all Muslims look forward to all their lives. It's something that we all are taught from small, that this Hajj is one of the 5 pillars of Islam. This is the last one that we will be completing. So I'm just looking forward to getting there, doing what we need to do and coming back home.
Pilgrims also gathered for prayers before departure, with religious leaders offering blessings for safe travel and an accepted Hajj. This year's pilgrimage continues a tradition observed by Muslims for more than 1,400 years.
This journey is a spiritual one, is one of rejuvenation of the soul. It is one of enlightenment that is incumbent upon every Muslim once it is that they have met the requirements to go by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala's mercy. This journey requires someone to be physically, to be mentally, and to be spiritually prepared.
Pilgrims are expected to spend several weeks in Saudi Arabia before returning home following the completion of Hajj rites.
A new exhibition at the NCIC Heritage Centre is exploring Indo-Trinbagonian identity through visual art, bringing together 29 local artists reflecting on culture, memory and history.
Exhibition at the NCIC Heritage Centre is exploring Indo-Trinidadian identity through visual art, bringing together 29 local artists reflecting on culture, memory and history. We have more in this story.
The National Council of Indian Culture Heritage Centre has opened its latest exhibition titled The Indo-Trinbagonian Experience. The showcase features works from 29 local artists using painting, sculpture, ceramics and mixed media to explore themes of identity, spirituality and cultural continuity. NCIC Heritage Centre Chairman Madan Makoon says the exhibition reflects how culture continues to evolve across generations.
This exhibition is more than a display of beautiful works. It is a celebration of memory, identity, creativity, and cultural expression. Art has always been one of the most powerful ways through which people tell their story. Long before history was written in books, communities expressed who they were through color, form, craft, image, ritual, and symbol.
He says the exhibition reflects both heritage and lived experience in Trinidad and Tobago. Curator Richard Rampersad says the works highlight multiple perspectives within the Indo-Trinbagonian community.
The Indo-Trinbagonian experience brings together the work of 29 local visual artists in a collective exploration of memory, identity, spirituality, migration, and cultural continuity. Through drawings, paintings, ceramics, sculpture, and mixed media, the exhibition reflects the many layers that shapes our Indo-Trinbagonian presence within the cultural landscape of our country. Emerging from the historical journey of East Indian indentureship, which began in 1845, this exhibition examines how generations of Trinbagonians have preserved, transformed, and reimagined East Indian traditions, and how a group have proudly added to our nation's multicultural identity.
He says the exhibition reflects both personal expression and collective history. Rampersad said the exhibition also engages with the legacy of indentureship and how East Indian traditions have been preserved, transformed, and reinterpreted in Trinidad and Tobago.
Rather than presenting a single narrative, the Indo-Trinbagonian experience embraces multiplicity. It acknowledges the diversity of voices, perspectives, and artistic interpretations that exist within our Indo-Trinbagonian communities today. Together, the artworks form a living archive, one that honors heritage while questioning, expanding, redefining what it means to belonging in a modern Caribbean society.
The exhibition is now open to the public at the NCIC Heritage Centre, showcasing artistic reflections on identity, memory, and Indo-Trinbagonian heritage.
Well, go check out that exhibition if you have some time. On the lead up to Indian Arrival Day this weekend as well, we also have something very special coming up for you on Friday. So that we'll tell you about a little later on. We take a break and come back.
There are a number of risk factors for heart disease, so a lot of attention has to be put towards preventive cardiology. What can we do to reduce the burden due to all these risk factors? Hypertension, diabetes, cholesterol, you need to stop cigarette smoking, you gotta get people exercising.
Be viewing Caribbean Medical TV on this station.
The Mother Church of the Anglican Diocese suffered significant damage during the earthquake of 2018. Efforts are underway to raise funds to restore this national heritage site. You are invited to make your donations with monthly deposits at any branch of the First Citizens Bank, account number 2696950, Marval Road Branch, in the name of the Incorporated Trustees of the Anglican Holy Trinity Cathedral Restoration.
Well, once again, we're at summer's doorstep. The action is picking up with a variety of events that'll thrive alongside all of the popular attractions. Hello everyone, I'm Aidan St. Agathe and welcome to Caribbean Passport TV.
All eyes will be on Antigua this summer for the 2026 Carnival celebrations, to which everyone is invited to feel the rhythm. With over 2 months of pre-events to warm things up, Antigua and Barbuda is event and activity driven. So if eco-adventure and marine life are among your passions, then Scooter Snorkeling is the tour company for you.
Child abuse is one secret you should never keep.
Wellness have become a major focus for many people, and one local fitness facility is aiming to take that gym experience to another level with a luxury 24-hour approach to training and lifestyle wellness. Well, joining us this morning from Experience 496 Gym is the floor supervisor, Mr. Trey Anderson, as well as marketing director, Brandon Jovity. Good morning, Brandon and Trey.
Hi, good morning.
And I should say welcome back, Trey. You were here a few months ago, I think pre-carnival, to talk a little bit about 496. But for those of us who may have missed that, let's do that all over again this morning, because a lot has been happening as well. So tell us now about Experience 496 and the vision behind creating this luxury 24-hour fitness facility in Trinidad and Tobago.
Sure. So at Experience, we are not trying to just create that atmosphere where it is you just feel like you come to the gym all the time. We're trying to create that community of a lot of people who just trying to do better for themselves, trying to get that healthy lifestyle, trying to create something better for themselves overall. So we at Experience, we're trying our best to just encourage you to come to the gym. We have a lot of different events going on at the same time, all kind of different packages, events where you can come, and even if you're not accustomed to working out, we create that atmosphere where you feel comfortable even just to try it for the first time. So.
But before we go forward, where exactly is Experience 496?
So located in Val Park, to the back of the food court. And as you go up to the back, you can't miss us. Big and bold on windows. So
Brandon, tell us what makes Experience different from the average gym experience for, no pun intended, but what makes a difference locally?
496 sets out to be a bit different to the average gym. A lot of gyms tend to replicate what they see abroad or what they see other gyms doing, but we lean way more into that club, that team settings, right? And that's super important for 496. 496, like Trey mentioned, is a place where somebody who does not know how to train can come and train effectively. Right? We have all of our staff on board ready to train, almost like a personal trainer, just on demand, on tap.
Yeah.
And not only that, but because we built a community so helpful, so supportive of each other, you could ask me, and if you see me in the gym, bro, what to do, and I can just help you out. Or sis, what to do, I can just help you out.
Yeah.
So that is definitely what makes us different, what makes us unique. And we just plan on doing some crazy things coming up soon. So like that's why it's important to have this interview this morning.
Well, tell us about those crazy things now.
Well, for the first one, we have a football tournament coming up on July the 5th. So even for the football tournament, you know, everybody around this time is World Cup time.
Yeah.
So we're just trying to create that atmosphere where it's not just, you're coming, as men like to call it, sweat.
Yeah.
But you're trying to create that vibe where it is you come, and we trying to kind of collaborate and let the fitness part of the industry fall into having that fun as well. It's not also going to be just a football tournament. We created as a family day as well too. So, you know, we have bouncy castles, all the snow cones, everything like that. Just because even if you come with your family, you know, while the dad's sweating or whatever, they can do what they have to do.
Yeah.
And well, the kids can enjoy themselves as well.
And where is that taking place?
So it'll be taking place at Ballpark in Macoya, 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. As I said, July the 5th.
July the 5th. Okay. So now you offer a lot of different, not just, I wouldn't say services, but opportunities for people to be able to work out. And you have spin, and you have the ever so popular Pilates, and then there's outdoor workouts. So tell us about all the activities that you have at the gym.
Well, currently, we have spin, as mentioned, Pilates, and we also do some called aerobics with one of our instructors called Paul. He's very popular. A lot of people know him. So, yeah, he has been bringing in his crowd, and you know, a lot of people have been looking forward to him.
Yeah.
He only just came in recently, but we're trying to, I'd encourage everybody. Aerobics is not just for who are well fit and stuff like that. You can start from the bottom and work your way straight up to the top. So. Definitely, we are trying to encourage everybody to try it as well.
Now, you both spoke about just being able to attract people to come in, even if you're not accustomed to working out. A lot of people feel sometimes like these groups might just be, well, everybody they know each other, so I'm going to go in there and I'm probably just going to make a fool out of myself.
Right.
What would you say to people who are a little bit intimidated by joining those classes?
You always have to start somewhere.
Come true, absolutely come true.
Yeah.
You know, Trey was telling me a story of a gentleman this morning that came to the gym, and you know, he was nervous. He didn't want to start. He was unsure, and he was telling, Trey told me, like, he just reassured him, take the month package and start, bro. And
Yeah.
what month is on now?
It's third
month.
Wow.
You understand? And he would have seen so much improvements in that 3-month period just because, again, that community and that team that we have there. And then coming on board recently as the marketing director, we plan on taking it, as we say, more hikes, more football tournaments, more 5Ks.
Yeah, a lot of outdoorsy
and
events.
just get active.
So is there an appetite now for outdoors events for some people who just don't want to, you know, sit in a gym and do a workout?
I think so.
Yeah, because a lot of people think that the gym itself is normally just like you working out within those four walls, but not necessarily, because the gym is something that you create a lifestyle out of. So you're trying to get yourself better. Same thing, get into the health and fitness, get into that wellness side of it. So that's where even the spin, the Pilates, because we have individuals in the gym that they just come just for the classes. That's it.
Yeah. Oh, wow.
But I mean, and also I feel like we've seen an upward trend in outdoor activities because people just got so fatigued of just Instagram and Facebook. And it feels so good now to go out more often and actually interact with people and actually laugh and touch somebody. And, you know, so.
And it's good for your mental health too.
Correct.
Especially at a time where a lot of people are struggling with mental wellness.
Yeah.
It's good to just go out and get some air. I'm seeing some clips here. Is this inside the gym?
Correct.
Okay,
correct.
wow. It's very, very modern.
That was
Very
the
nice
approach.
design. Yeah, I love that. So you are with marketing now. You're the marketing director of this. How has that experience been for you? I know you joined a while back.
Yeah, so we joined about a month ago, and we put out several pieces of content, all received well on social media, which is
it's dynamic content. It's different, right?
Correct. So like the Pilates class, before we came on, we had a decent amount of individuals, and then after we did some visuals for it, the class is now booked, and you can't get in. We think about adding more. So it's been good. Learning the team and understanding where the team mindset was and where we're trying to go. Hasn't been a heavy rock to move. Everybody's been super willing to work with me, and we've been moving and we're going to keep moving.
Yeah. Now, Trey, from a fitness perspective, what are some of the biggest mistakes that people make when they're starting out?
For me, just from observation, a lot of the time, the biggest mistake people make is that they expect results immediately. So they will start and be like, okay, I expect to lose 20 pounds in 3 weeks. Like, it's impossible.
Right.
So a lot of time they get demotivated. And I think that's where we are, as a team, we are trying our best, as Brandon said, create atmosphere like a club, a family, a community. That's what we build in the essence of making sure that when people come into the gym, they feel comfortable, they feel welcome. You know, you feel like you could go and ask any of our trainers, because all of us are very much certified in every aspect, and we all have different backgrounds, so you have somebody for everything.
Yeah.
So that's where we have been trying to market that as well too. Push the agenda where you come to the gym, don't worry, we have your back. Everybody come in and we will help you as much as we can, whatever you need help with. So I think that's one of the biggest mistakes. People think that when they come in, that when they come here, you come
magically just gonna get abs.
Yeah. Well.
Yeah, that's the truth. Magically get abs is the main thing.
Well, gentlemen, before we wrap up, tell us what's next for Experience 496.
Yeah. Let's see what next for us. Like you say, just leaning more into the outdoor activities, right? And building it more into a club. So you're going to see a cycling club, you're going to see a hiking club, you're going to see, you know, all these different spaces and explore the island a little bit more as well. That's something I want to have to introduce to the team. Like, I want to go to the mud volcano, I want to go to the fish lake, I want to, you know, explore and learn, and again build that community that you could grow with now. So that's essentially it for now.
And then the football tournament is in July.
Yes, July the 5th. So
July 5th.
If anybody's interested and want to sign up, all the information is on Instagram page. You can find us at EX496 Gym on Instagram. Same thing for Facebook, and the registration link and all the information will be there.
Thank you very much, Trey
Thank
and
you.
Brandon, for being here with us this morning. Experience 496. Go check them out on Instagram for all the information, especially about those outdoor activities, how you can sign up, and that football tournament as well. 7:47, that's the time in the Republic of Trinidad and Tobago. How's your Monday? Has it been off to a good start? To all the students getting ready to sit those exams this morning, well, good luck to you. You know, just go into it with a positive mindset and everything will be well. We'll take a break, and when we come back, we'll get ready to wrap things up.
The plays that shake the arenas. The stories that move a nation. From football to cricket, track to tennis, every win, every rivalry, every headline. This is where Trinidad and Tobago come for sports.
TTT Sports. Committed, accurate, relevant.
Every client deserves expertise, integrity, and guidance they can trust. At Camino Realty International, we deliver integrated real estate solutions, sales, rentals, property management, and project development. Driven by excellence, transparency, and innovation, we protect value, create opportunity, and build lasting success. Because real estate isn't just about buildings. For more information on our services, log on to CaminoRealty.com or follow us on social media at Camino Realty TT. Camino Realty International, elevating lives one property at a time.
I'm Jamila Bannister, host of the Socially Safe Podcast, the new TTPS podcast where we share real stories, teach real lessons, and create real impact. From online safety and youth crime to community policing and personal responsibility, we go beyond the headlines and talk about what's happening in our communities with the officers and experts who are on the front lines. Because safety starts with awareness, conversation, and action. Tune in to the Socially Safe Podcast on the TTPS YouTube channel, listen on Apple Podcasts, and on Spotify. Don't miss it.
Watch on TTT, Mondays 6 p.m, Tuesdays 1:10 p.m.
तेरी आने वाली जिंदगी एक सही शॉट और एक गलत फैसले के बीच में टिकी हुई है। सोच ले आज क्या लेना, गलत फैसला या सही शॉट।
Unleash your imagination with TTT's Terrific Toon Time. Join us as we stop evil geniuses from taking over the world on Super Z, or hop on board for a journey into outer space with Galaxy Kids. Be a part of our quest to save the forest alongside our robot pals from Bugspot Ignition. Or let's go exploring with Duda and Dada. It's fun-filled adventure with Terrific Toon Time right here on TTT.
Trinidad's north coast abounds with beaches, some easily accessible. Think Maracas, Las Cuevas, or even Macarip. But for those who have an appetite for exploration and a taste for adventure, there are many just waiting to be discovered on the path less traveled. Carrie Roberts takes us on a boat ride to the far-flung Senna Bay for this installment of Right Here.
We are here at the Blanchichez Fishing Depot, and our journey today takes us to Senna Bay, which is just before Parry Bay itself, the beach that you can see from Tushuro. Today we are going on with Cleve, the best boatman in Blanchichez, and you come highly recommended too. So thank you for taking us on the road today, and we're going to see this hidden gem that is all the way down on that side of the north coast. Okay.
From the moment we push off from the Blanchichez Fishing Depot and turn east along Trinidad's north coast, the adventure begins in earnest. The Caribbean Sea is restless, deep blue and churning, its steady swells lifting and dropping the boat in rhythmic defiance. The ride is not gentle, but it is unforgettable. As the mainland slips past on our right, beaches begin to reveal themselves one by one. Some are easy to recognize. Marianne Beach, with its long stretch of pale sand, stands out immediately. Others are more elusive, narrow ribbons of shoreline tucked between headlands, likely reachable only by hiking trail or by sea, quietly inviting future exploration. The coastline itself is dramatic. Sheer cliffs plunge into turbulent waters. Rock stacks rise defiantly offshore. Arches, caves, and scattered islets punctuate the stretches of untamed coast. And through it all, dense foliage clings to the landscape, pressing against cliff faces and hemming in beaches, a vivid contrast between forest and foam. Out at sea, the water behaves like a boiling cauldron. Swells batter the hull, and larger waves crest over the bow, soaking everyone on board. But in the hands of Cleve, or boatman, the challenge becomes a part of the experience. His steady navigation through rocky offshore corridors brings us closer to formations typically reserved for seasoned anglers and those who know these waters well. It is that familiarity that allows him to guide us toward another hidden spectacle, a blowhole carved into a coastal stack. As waves surge into the submerged cave below, jets of water burst outward from the cliff wall, the sea quite literally breathing against the rock. Just minutes beyond that natural display, Senna Bay comes into view. The waters shift from deep blue to clear turquoise as we make our final approach. The shoreline curves in a wide bow, its expanse of white sand stretching more than 300 meters from end to end. Towering coconut trees line the edge of the beach, marking the boundary between sand and forest. Behind them, dense vegetation rises sharply uphill, forming a natural barrier between the bay and an inland trail that eventually reconnects with the Parry Main Road, more forest path than roadway at this point. To the west, a foliage-capped headland closes off one end of the beach, like a protective wall. On the eastern side, another cliff face stands watch. Beside it, a rock formation creates a narrow natural channel, and at the cliff's base, the early formation of what may one day become a cave is already visible. Just offshore, to the east, sits the unmistakable Turtle Rock, a landmark easily seen from the Pare Main Road, and from which Senna Bay can be admired in full. North of the shoreline, a cluster of rocky outcrops adds to the bay's character. The most striking rises with a blade-like ridge, crowned with greenery. Below it, waves crash and swirl, their force softened as the formations act as natural breakwaters. Offshore, the sea appears powerful and unrestrained. By the time it reaches the sand, it arrives calmer, gentler. The water shifts in color with the light. Turquoise near the shore, then azure, then deep blue beyond. And on the beach itself, the white sand remains largely untouched. A seashell here and there, but no visible garbage. A rarity that speaks to how removed this bay remains from heavy foot traffic. Senna Bay does not reveal itself easily. It must be sought out, by boat, by trail, by intention. And perhaps that is what preserves its character. Here, cliffs, forests, and sea meet without interruption. The elements shape the landscape, uninterrupted by development or crowd. For those willing to make the journey, Senna Bay offers more than a beach day. It offers a reminder that along Trinidad's north coast, there are still places where nature sets the terms. I'm Carrie Roberts, giving you a glimpse into the paradise we have right here.
Thank you so much, Carrie. You know, sometimes if you ever doubt how beautiful our Trinidad and Tobago is, just want to remind you that there was an interfaith ceremony yesterday in Goodwood where they all got together, and there were people from every faith and races. Everyone got together just singing and praying and having just that sense of community as they continue with tensions being so high following the murder charge against Shannon Miller, the stepfather of missing 2-year-old Angelo Tobias. So we really do live in a wonderful cosmopolitan society where we all get together in times of turmoil. See you tomorrow, 6 to 8. We do this all over again on Trinidad and Tobago Today. Bye-bye.
Well, once again, we're at summer's doorstep. The action is picking up with a variety of events that'll thrive alongside all of the popular attractions. Hello everyone, I'm Aiden St. Agathe, and welcome to Caribbean Passport TV.
All eyes will be on Antigua this summer for the 2026 Carnival celebrations, to which everyone is invited to feel the rhythm. With over 2 months of pre-events to warm things up, Antigua and Barbuda is event and activity driven. So if eco-adventure and marine life are among your passions, then Scooter Snorkeling is the tour company for you.
I'm Virmala Balkaran, host of the Socially Safe podcast, the new TTPS podcast where we share real stories, teach real lessons, and create real impact. From online safety and youth crime to community policing and personal responsibility, we go beyond the headlines and talk about what's happening in our communities with the officers and experts who are on the front lines. Because safety starts with awareness, conversation, and action. Tune in to the Socially Safe podcast on the TTPS YouTube channel, listen on Apple Podcasts, and on Spotify. Don't miss it.
Watch on TTT, Mondays 6 p.m, Tuesdays 1:10 p.m.
तेरी आने वाली जिंदगी एक सही शॉट और एक गलत फैसले के बीच में टिकी हुई है। सोच ले आज क्या लेना। गलत फैसला या सही शॉट।
Good morning. This is your TDT News Update. I'm Carrie Roberts. Making the news at this time. Coming out of Trinidad is a legacy of excellence in every form. And on the Trinidad and Tobago Today morning show, soca legend Denise Belfort shared her journey as she prepares for a tour celebrating her iconic 1998 hit, Work. With warmth and pride, she reflected on the song's enduring rhythm, how it continues to move, inspire, and connect generations, long after its first lit up the airways.
The fact that this song keeps coming back around full circle globally, and new generations continue to learn who I am or hear the song, stuff like that, that is, I can't even explain what that feels like, but all I can tell you is that my name will be forever remembered.
The artiste, also known as Saucy Wow, says she remains ever open to collaboration, her creativity flowing so freely that she can craft a tune in mere minutes.
It have to be right, and until I hear a rhythm or I hear a riff or a melody, but I the melody queen. I come up with melodies very easily. Once there's a beat that I think I love enough, you're gonna get a song from me in half an hour, 15 minutes, and then I start making it make sense.
She's very proud that her work is leaving a mark in the soul of TNT and on international stages.
It feels really good to know that I'm leaving a legacy of my craft, the blessings that I was blessed with as an artist. And when I mentioned that I want to go on tour, Shane said, wow, what we gonna call the tour, girl? I said, me and Anna, you come up with something now, and right on spot, work the tour, because your tune is work, right?
In other news, concerns have been raised about skill standards and workforce readiness. This comes as the Pay for Performance, or P4P Foundation, celebrated the graduation of its first Caribbean Vocational Qualification, or QVC, CVQ Level 4 Assessor cohort under the National Technical and Vocational Education and Training System. Chairman Harilal Sicharan says the initiative is designed to build a credible national training model.
Want P4P to be an institution or an organization that simply hosted workshops. We did not want to issue casual certificates without substance. We wanted to build something credible, something professional, something sustainable, something that could stand with the national TVET system and meet standards expected of serious education and training institutions.
Education Minister Dr. Michael Dowlath says the initiative addresses a key gap in technical and vocational capacity.
You are going out into a world where sometimes people accept any old standard, any way of doing things. They take the shortest cut. But you have been trained and you have been given the competency. But more importantly, through this particular training program, you have the credibility of your certification.
He says TVET qualifications improve skills recognition and workforce mobility. Dr. Dowlath added that TVET pathways are increasingly important as Trinidad and Tobago shifts towards skills-based education and employability-focused training. Moving on to some sport now, the New York Knicks moved to the brink of their first NBA Finals appearance since 1999 with a 121-108 win over Cleveland, extending their playoff winning streak to 10 games. The New York Knicks are on one win away from their first NBA Finals appearance victory over Cleveland. Jalen Brunson led the charge with 30 points, while OG Anunoby and Mikal Bridges added 21 and 22 respectively, as New York surged to a 3-0 lead in the Eastern Conference Finals. No team in NBA history has ever come back from a 3-0 deficit, putting the Cavaliers on the brink of elimination. Despite the advantage, the Knicks say the job is not done, stressing the need to stay focused and maintain their intensity heading into Game 4. The New York could complete the sweep on Monday in Cleveland. And that was your TDT News Update. I'm Carrie Roberts. From all of us here, have a great day.
This is TTT Live.